it's Gigi from Unicorn Elsa.
Toothless here.
Yep, and
That's the
in the garage light.
The sun. It probably hasn't made one difference on here.
No. Welcome to another episode of Off the Ranch. Wherever it shows up on
right.
there, I don't know.
It'll be on there.
We haven't done an Off the Ranch episode in 5 months.
Wow.
Or a video in general. So
you said the last one was Walt Life?
Before D'Angelo.
Oh, wow.
But we are filming season 2 of D'Angelo Ranch.
Yes.
It's
Check out Skinwalker Ranch. It's in the supply of giggles.
D'Angelo Ranch?
And Skinwalker.
And Skinwalker Ranch on History Channel.
Yeah. It's writing itself.
Which is what our show is based
right.
on.
It's writing our show for us.
Yeah. But yeah, season 2 is currently being filmed. And this is Off the Ranch, season 1, episode 5.
Right.
But we are discussing season 1, episode 4. It's messed up, I know.
Yes, we're one off. So, what's new? We're filming with a new camera, iPhone 12 Pro.
Not in this episode. Currently, right now. Not episode 4.
And the new, huh?
You're confusing. This is an iPhone 12 Pro Max that we're currently filming on. And
we were on an 8 Plus.
Yes, and season 2 will be filmed on the 12.
On the 12.
On the 12.
We'll be filming on the 12.
On the 12.
Okay, why did you throw your pad out? What else is new?
You're talking. Definitely some new things will be happening in season 2.
We've got William here.
Yep. Really, baby.
Where's your thing?
It's
all right, so we're going to talk about season 1, episode 4. And what's the first thing we got on there?
We're still using iMovie.
Still using iMovie on the iPad. This is more of a me thing, I guess, because I do all the editing. But it was really hard.
Yeah.
Like, I got an iPad just to edit our movies, and I bought a refurbished one. It's the way to go. You can get them for like a couple $100. And it's just getting harder and harder and harder, and the episodes are getting longer, and so it's just like the thing would freeze up and all this stuff. And
this one was actually relatively short for us.
Yeah, 34 minutes.
It was only about 32, 33 minutes.
Was it?
Yeah. So, pretty short for us.
So anyway, the short version is we're still using, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
We're still using iMovie. I'm still using iMovie and hating it.
We eventually, in like episode 7, switched to Movavi.
Movavi. It's a great program. Okay, next.
Anyway. Bones references.
The first Bones reference is
very near the beginning.
Yeah, it's to cement.
With the cement is an ingredient in concrete that Tom says.
Excuse me. I don't know. The dog is eating a bug or something. I don't know.
She ate a leaf yesterday.
Oh.
I don't know what she's doing. But anyway, we watched this show called Bones. Yeah. And
I was kind of letting you talk on this one, but okay.
We watched this show called Bones, and it's about like this forensic team.
You don't think people
stuff.
know that show?
I mean, not the people that watch this.
Oh, that watch this? Well,
it was on Fox, but anyway, and so we referenced it a couple times throughout this episode, saying that Tom watches that show, and
don't eat. Hey,
saying that Tom
eating drywall.
Oh, saying that Tom watches Bones, and so we reference it throughout this.
Yes,
because at the time we were watching it a lot.
He knows the difference between concrete and cement.
And he uses evidence bags and all this stuff.
This episode's gonna go forever. I gotta move Gigi along.
No.
What's the next one?
Poor Tom.
Poor Tom. Poor Tom Lewis.
Tom Lewis, which is his Tom, not my Tom. Yeah.
This is where we really play him as just so pathetic. He's
just yeah.
And it kind of segues into this controversial line that Mrs. Gigi said was controversial. That
Anna.
That Tom just does what Kandus says because Kandus won't sleep with him anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Which could just be referring to sleeping in the same bed.
It could. I mean,
she won't sleep in the same bed with him.
Yeah, she'll make him sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And
good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is the first
real Kandus and Tom.
Yeah, we make him really, really pathetic.
Yeah.
He's really pathetic.
Yeah.
And the controversial line.
I mean, eventually he gets better. He's still pathetic, but he gets better.
And then we have the taking cues from camera person.
Yeah.
More and more. I think this is more in reference to me.
Yeah, because he can't really remember what he's going to say.
No.
And so...
And it's getting worse.
And it is. So I have to kind of whisper behind the camera and kind of tell him what he's supposed to be saying. And, whenever we do homesteads and we're referencing a specific homestead, I have to, hold up my finger.
Oh, yes.
And tell him, one. And, he can't remember.
I kind of got it now.
Yeah.
Homestead 1 is where they live. 2 is where all paranormal is.
And then there's 3 that's never talked about.
Yeah. 3 we...
No. But,
never to be mentioned again. That's where Jim lives. Poor Jim. We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah. The pantry.
The scene that we shot for you to go into the hole is right over here.
Kandus and Tom's little hole in the
wall. I was
wall
building a fence.
Right over there. But, when Tom says, hey, I think I can fit in this hole or whatever, and the hole is our pantry.
Yes. Which we kind of thought of that together, but the bones was your idea. To use the dog bones.
Yeah, we use dog bones.
You keep throwing that down. I'll hold it.
As the little... No, I always throw it down. We used her dog bones as the bones in the pantry, in the room.
Well, it was Maddie's too, but... Oh, and that's... No. Maddie is no more. That's the other news. Maddie's the other... was our dead cow dog.
Our cow, yeah.
Our cow, yeah, and dead cow.
And dead cow, which she played perfectly.
We had to finally put her to sleep, so... We just have William now. We don't have any... We don't have cows or anything. So.
Just this William.
And our latest episode will be dedicated to her, because she was a good pooch. 15. Yeah. Almost 15.
Almost 15.
So, okay. So, so the whole pantry thing... I'll hold it.
Oh, no.
I like having it in front of me for safety.
Okay.
Okay, so dog bones. There's another bones reference with evidence bags.
With the evidence bags, yes.
Must have been really watching it.
We were really watching it at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the spare
ribs.
I have no idea where I came up with spare ribs.
I don't know either. That was not something that we really
looks like bones,
planned
ribs.
or wrote down.
More than half the stuff isn't planned. 90% of what we do. I'm yawning. Now you're yawning. Is not planned. Which it's painfully obvious if anyone wants. Anyway, so the spare ribs thing was just funny because we're talking about you and Dragon and spare ribs.
Yeah.
And then Baby.
Baby is everywhere.
Yeah, and this is Baby
this
right
is Baby
here.
Right here.
Here she is. Hi, honey.
Baby plays
yes. Well,
she plays Lionel or Jeb, one of the alpacas. Mm-hmm. She also plays cows, but
oh my god,
she's chopping up those leaves that she was eating.
Yeah, is she really?
Yeah. Right there.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
But mainly, Baby plays William.
Yes.
William is the ranch dog, and they give him title credits, by the way, on Skinwalker Ranch. And if you go to the Skinwalker...
Even in the first season?
Yes. And if you go to the Skinwalker Ranch website and they have all of their little, cast and crew and stuff, William is on there. And he has a description and...
Like an
really
acting
cute.
credit.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
Stop eating leaves.
We have a lot of bloopers that are being kept in now. We finally just embraced
them. Yeah, we
them.
finally just keep the bloopers in, because they're funny.
Yes. And there's so many of them, it's impossible to keep them out.
Stop eating that.
there's a lot of Maddie in every scene. She's in every scene. You can hear her. That's the big thing. You can hear her leg. I think I have a Maddie's leg somewhere on here, but
yeah, right there.
Yeah, like you can hear. She had this bad leg and really two bad legs, but one was really bad.
And you can hear it go. If
Drag,
you hear the
click. Yeah.
That's her.
That's it too. Every scene.
That's her walking.
Oh, this is the first we get a little more insight on.
Brandon expands on Kandus and Tom. It's the first time that he really mentions that Kandus is a published anthropologist.
Yeah.
And it's the only time that's ever mentioned, by the way. But if you go on Amazon, you can buy Kandus.
Oh, wow.
She writes it with someone else that I don't, it's not on the show, but it's just an anthropology book on like cranial something.
Really?
Yeah.
But then he mentions Tom too, that he worked for some big
some major companies.
Yeah, major companies and for technology or something.
Yeah. Fixing their stereo.
Yeah, exactly. Hooked up their stereo.
It's like the IT guy.
But it's the first time that he really addresses it, like anything about them. We're just kind of all like,
yeah, because
what do
they really don't say much about who they are. They just live there and they take care of the animals.
Oh, here's one. The uselessness of Jim. We are ahead of the curve.
We are way ahead of the curve.
Exactly. We had made Jim utterly useless to the point of annoyance.
Yeah.
And that for him to be removed from the show is almost like we predicted that. Like we created it because
he didn't really need to be there.
Nobody likes him.
No.
Nobody likes him on our show.
No, we had already watched the entire show, season 1,
right,
before we started filming D'Angelo Ranch. And so we already knew that Dragon and Jim had gotten in this argument. And so we wanted to kind of play on that and have Dragon just hate him the entire time. Which he kind of didn't on the show, but he also kind of did.
Yeah, there's always this sort of tension between those two. You know, you could just tell. Well, Jim's attitude was always that if you don't have a PhD or some kind of a degree, you're not worth, talking to. Your opinion doesn't count, especially on these matters. And
yeah, even though Jim...
That really led to a lot, you could tell, a lot of strife.
Yeah. And probably off camera, too. I mean...
I think so. Mm-hmm. Especially the Dr. Segala comment.
Yeah, that, yeah.
I have rockets, all caps, and Tom, LOL.
Okay.
Well, because we have to come up with an idea for rockets, and it's your idea to do it. How to launch these rockets.
Yes, we have this little, toy rocket thing.
Just like a foam.
That you put it on, and then you pop it, and, it's a rocket. So
perfect.
We just decided to use that. I mean...
We filmed it, and then when in editing, had it in slow motion, which there's nothing funnier than slow motion.
No.
Nothing. Especially if there's speaking, and you slow that down, too, because... You have the option of slowing the voices down as well as the film, but the slow down voices, yes, were always funny. Always. But so that was good how we did it. I thought it was clever how you did it. And then remember I edited in some sort of jet flyby sound or whatever. But what was really funny about it was you taking Tom to a whole new level of dedication to the ranch where he's fetching.
He's literally fetching the rockets. I put it in my mouth and kind of I run back with it in my mouth and then I spit it out on the table.
Yes. All unplanned.
I mean, you mention it. You're like, I'm surprised he's not putting that in his mouth.
Well, that's the only thing. And then all of a sudden you do it. And then look at him. Look at how dedicated he is.
This is kind of the first time that we do real-time voiceovers.
Live voiceovers.
Where we film, for example, Kelly and Caitlin in this episode. We film them walking up. And there's a voiceover for Kelly, Tom, and for Caitlin, Travis. That's actually us talking in real time.
Right. It's not added.
It's not added later. It's not recorded.
Which we could do, but
we don't.
Yeah, you can be to help us with the rockets, I called in one of my interns, Caitlin.
Russell, yeah.
Yeah, and
But we don't do that because it's honestly just, sorry,
No, go ahead.
It's honestly just easier to do it then.
It really is, and it sounds just the same. So we just, we do them in real time, and surprisingly well. Like, you would think we'd have to do like 20 different takes of us just walking up and the person...
Well, we have.
It has happened, yeah, but yeah, it would be easy to just do a real-time voiceover, but, not a real-time, an overdub, but we don't.
No, we don't.
Jim Spectrum Analyzer, Burt Wood. The burning of Jim's Spectrum Analyzer is just a perfect example of us looking around and just finding something and using it.
Yeah, we do that a lot. We just look around and we're like, hey, we can use this as like a blah, blah, blah. And Travis volunteers Jim to give his Spectrum Analyzer to science and to tie it, stop eating that, and to tie it to the rocket and launch it.
Using this.
Yeah. And
we don't know what this is.
We don't know what this is.
But we use this.
But it's actually a tie for my shirt.
Yes.
But anyway, and he kind of is like, Jim, give me your Spectrum Analyzer. And it's a calculator. And later, Jim's Spectrum Analyzer is burnt, destroyed.
To a crisp.
Even though he's like, please don't break it. And he's like, oh, break it.
We had a little bonfire.
Yeah, tell the story of why Jim's Spectrum Analyzer is burnt like that.
So we had a little bonfire and...
I wasn't there, so tell the story.
Oh, and you weren't there for the fire?
No, I wasn't.
You ran inside.
I was inside.
So anyway, yeah, we had a fire and there were some leftover pieces. That's the short version. And so I'm like, this is perfect to use as Jim's Spectrum Analyzer. Yeah, the whole point of that was how we use... There are two ways we use just stuff. Is one, with the Spectrum Analyzer, we look at something and go, oh man, that'd be perfect as Jim's burnt up Spectrum Analyzer. Or we do it the other way and say, we need something that's burnt up Spectrum Analyzer, and to go looking for that. So that one just happened to be in reverse, where we saw this piece of wood and we're like, man, that'd be perfect as Jim's burnt up Spectrum.
Yeah.
But I think we filmed yesterday, we're like, okay, we need, I need a controller for a drone or something.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed a box this time. But yeah, we're getting lazy in that category.
Yeah.
Before we
the
really
props category.
Yeah. We're just like, okay, grab this, and I'm steering with a piece of paper.
we were getting lazy in the shirts category.
You did. Oh my god.
The second episode, I think.
You don't button them anymore.
Hey,
I still button mine.
You barely.
Yeah, I know. I'm so fat now, it pushes them open anyway, so... COVID.
Real time.
Slow-mo rockets, very funny. Tom fetching rockets, funny. Oh, another Bones reference. What was that one?
If at first we don't succeed, we pick ourselves up.
Yep. It's the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Bunsen
Jude,
the science dude.
Was on Bones, played by David Alan Grier. Watch that episode, it's funny. One take Gigi.
That's you. One take Gigi. Right there. It was the Eric scene.
No, Jim.
Okay. Oh, Jim. Yeah. And then Eric. Bovine movement.
The bovine
And
movement.
she just does it in one take. Like, just done. I'm like, okay.
Because I can remember.
Yeah, I can. One take Gigi. But yeah, me, it takes several takes. Sometimes. The one that was actually pretty amazing was when we used the lawnmower for the GPR.
Yeah.
And I had to say, why, yes, Eric, it is the...
He got the name of
first
the
try.
GPR.
Yeah, and it was really long, and I got it on the first take.
Yeah.
And without writing it down. Because we have had to do that.
Hey, Travis. Not writing it down.
We have had to do that, too. Maddie's leg, again.
Eric's ears and mouth.
Yes, this is the first reference to Eric's
giant ears and tiny mouth.
Yes.
I love how we describe the characteristics of these people when we really don't actually have the characteristics. Like you mentioned, but we don't have
but you look like you. Right. You don't have giant ears.
Or a tiny mouth.
No.
I have a big mouth.
And a big head.
And a big head.
What's this say?
Gigi shaky camera.
Okay, The new camera?
No, I just don't shake it
Well,
anymore.
I think there's more stabilization technology in the new camera because it doesn't move at all. We've shot some scenes where it's just like this. It just barely moves. But yeah, give me my wrist back. This one can't hold his camera steady to save her life. Although
I have shaky hands. No, look.
she's gonna be a surgeon. That's what's really funny.
I'm not gonna be a surgeon.
Relax, sir. Your brain will be just fine after I'm done with it.
I'm not gonna be a surgeon, people. I'm not.
Okay. This is the first episode.
With the shotgun sound.
The shotgun sound.
We're pretty sure. Thanks, please don't.
A lot of picking on Jim.
Shut up. A lot of picking on Jim.
Yeah.
Dragon tells Jim to shut up like 3 times in this episode.
This may be the first episode that ends with "Shut up, Jim."
Shut up, Jim!
Might be.
I don't know.
And you also push him into a wall.
And then you're standing back.
And then I'm standing in the back, like kind of upset that he pushed me. But yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely building up the animosity between Dragon and Jim before the scene of them
arguing.
Because we already saw it. So we know that they're going to end up at odds with each other. So, but it's just so funny because it's like almost like we knew that he wasn't going to be on the show.
It really almost is because we just like hammered him so much.
Yeah. It is funny.
Yeah.
Phone calls using iMovie are extremely difficult. Wow. Because you just can't. You can do kind of the same stuff, this multi-tracking, but it's so difficult on an iPad. Using it on, I bet you using my iMovie on a Mac probably would be good, but on an iPad, it's just you just can't do it. I mean, you can't like this. You can do, but what are you doing? Are you sneezing?
No.
Brandon's spiritual
outro.
And then this is the last thing. His spiritual. I don't know what. Well, they started doing okay, we're just gonna do Talking Heads outros.
Yeah, like 4 per episode, 4 Talking Head outros, and normally it's Brandon, Dragon, Travis, and Eric. That's normally who it is. Sometimes they'll replace one of those people with Tom, but usually it's those 4 people.
Yep. But Brandon's are very like spiritual and existential.
One he was like, "Are we alone?"
Remember I do start doing it?
He starts going, "Do we live in a multi-dimensional
universe? Do we live in a multi-dimensional universe?"
And it's like, it's just insane. He's just like, so spiritual. It's like, have you been hanging out with the youths for too long?
Yeah, it's very, very weird.
It's really weird.
And obviously someone has written that for him and he's just reciting it.
You can obviously see that he's like reading it or...
Yeah, or just, because, he's like, "Are we alone?" And he does it every time now, where he's giving this outro of just very, very weird. Like, "Are we alone?" The show has changed in a way that we don't like.
I mean, I like it.
I mean, I like it, but you can't take it seriously.
No, you cannot take it seriously.
Not that you could before.
Like season 2, episode 1 of our show, you can't take it seriously.
Oh my God.
Not at all.
Of our show or theirs?
Our show and their show. I mean,
theirs is just, let's find this water. I mean, my mom actually, who turned us on to the show, said it best. She's like, it's turned into just like a science fiction show. So anyway, that was our exciting episode.
Yay, so exciting.
But just a little insight into the filming and things that go on behind the scenes.
Off the ranch.
We're keeping season 2 a little more loosey-goosey the way they are.
Yeah, we're keeping it. We're making season 2 a lot, I think, more of us than them, I feel like.
Yeah.
And a lot funnier.
Not that we ever start filming it for anyone else, but...
Nope, just right.
But it's just for us. We like it. It's fun.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Off the Ranch. Wait, hold on. Please comment. Comments have to be approved, so, don't say anything naughty.
No.
Rate, subscribe to be part of the Snow Unicorn Army.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
And ring the bell to receive notifications every time we post a new video.
I don't know why I'm pointing.
I don't know, but ring the bell.
I'll put a bell there.
Subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications every time we post a new video. Subscribe. Thumbs up. And friend us on Twitch. It's www.twitch.tv/the
Twins.
I said twins. Listen to our podcast at anchor.fm/the Slytherin Twins, or you can listen to our podcast, The Slytherin Twins, through the Anchor app. If you have Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, and everything else the podcasts are on. Follow me on Instagram at unicornelsa09. It's a private account, so you have to request to follow. Follow us on TikTok at the Slytherin Twins, and follow me on Twitter at unicornelsa. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.